night court.
For once, I was going to let it slide, but...
Nope. The night court counter continues.
Yep. It's going to be our thing. You know, one of these episodes, we shouldn't do it. And then we're like, what is going on? I got the wrong podcast.
Well, now that they know we're going to do it,
well,
I guess they're just going to listen for it. Listen for the cue to call when we don't do the night court. Call 1-800-BLOW-ME.
No, we do not endorse that. I'm pretty sure that actually probably is a phone number.
No, it's only 6 as opposed to 7 digits. BLOWME.
How do you spell blow?
BLOUGH.
Maybe.
BLOUGHMEIGH. That's 11. Welcome to the show. The show that makes you, it tickles your tits and makes you feel all giggly, googly, goggly inside.
Wow.
But always know that no matter how good we try, there is
a better podcast.
Yes.
Maybe.
Well,
another podcast somewhere.
Oh my! Not this again.
Another better.
I'm gonna
better,
do it.
Other
I'm just going to start
podcast.
it off with it.
We got
another better podcast.
We got Tony on the ones and two.
Friends don't let friends clap on the ones and twos.
Go ahead and do the intro.
We did it, but I'll continue anyway. Over here, my name is Tony, and I have severe Mike envy, and that leads me to the guy across from me is Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Tone.
So
how are you?
I'm good. I have Mike envy. I have you envy. I envy you.
Yes, I envy you as well.
Oh.
And to my right, we have Ghosty.
Ghosty!
Which I inadvertently name dropped last one, but we had to...
Maybe. That cock might be my name too. I don't know.
You're the Ghosty cock. Ghost cock.
Ghost cock.
I'm back again because they doubled my pay.
Oh. Now we're up to 2 martinis. Actually, what are we drinking this week? This week I'm drinking cherry wheat from Samuel Adams. What are you yahoos drinking?
I am. Are we supposed to mention local breweries?
We can do whatever we want to. It's our
Ellison.
podcast.
Well, no, I didn't know if you were trying to keep the location. Secret.
We did. I blew it early on.
You did.
Yeah.
You
blew.
You blew.
Well, this guy in the Lost episode says, I'm a Spartans fan right off the bat. I'm like, oh, God, there goes that idea.
I am drinking
don't
something
you know
from
that
Ellison Brewing.
There was a Spartan team, though, that was in the NCAA tournament. And they were a number, I think it was a 16 or 11 or something like that. That was a Cinderella story, and they made it pretty far. So, that's the Spartan team that I could be all in favor of.
Anyways, before we get
what about that one Spartan team? Remember the episode of Saturday Night Live where Will Ferrell and Sherry O'Terry always did the perfect cheer, and they were dressed up in the Spartans cheerleading costumes? I was a fan of those Spartans, too, so fuck you. I'm drinking water.
Wow.
With vodka.
And we just got kicked off of that podcast list for drinkers. But this week we have a shitload of ripped from the headlines. I kind of went a little overboard with it, but it comes with a cost. And in the second half, after our break, we'll go into movie reviews of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
dun, 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 dun.
Mortal Kombat, The Thunder Force, and Flight Attendant, which neither one of you know about yet, but I'm gonna convince you two to watch that. Was that from the soundboard, or is that you that time?
That was the soundboard.
That soundboard was worse on that one.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. I realized last episode we didn't, for any new listeners, we are a variety.
Nude listeners?
That'd be awesome.
I listen to my podcast, dude.
You can do whatever you want to. A lot of them do them in the tub, from what I hear.
Well, Tony's always like that every week, and it's like every week we tell him to put some clothes on.
At least move the loincloth over to cover the loins. God. We're an entertainment podcast.
There is a better loincloth.
that talk about everything in life and under the sun. You can find us on Twitter at There's a Better Podcast, same name on Instagram, and you can email us at there'sabetterpodcast@gmail.com.
That's correct. Good job.
I nailed that one.
Yeah, you did.
I just kind of took over your job a little bit.
Yeah, you did.
You know what?
Shut up!
A couple of headlines right here. One, we meant to get to the last week, but we ran out of time, so I'm going to do it again this week because I don't care. It's my show. Our show.
Oh.
And Ghosties.
What?
I'm just here for the ride.
Are we ready to play?
You were here last week for the martinis. I'm sorry we didn't have any martinis this time.
No, I brought the martinis.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We were here for the...
That's the only reason you
were here for the
That
martinis.
is the only reason you called me, admit it.
I told
You really
you.
did bring the martinis.
I told you we had a 007 podcast going. You're like, martinis. I'm like, yeah.
I believe it's been spoke about from between the.
I know jack shit about James Bond, but I can drink a martini.
You can drink it. You can make a martini too.
We do have
was a fantastic martini.
non-sponsored segment coming up. It's what's Ghosty's drink. Ghosty's gonna make some drinks, and we're just gonna have to go with it. And
Yep. I'm on board for that.
Yeah, we're going to do that hopefully in the next couple of weeks there.
Today's drink is elements of oxygen and hydrogen. Let's see what he can do with those.
There's one, I didn't get to it last week, so this week I'm going to start off with it.
You're pathetic.
Shut up. At least I did the headline, sir.
Ouch.
I
have a headline.
The bobcat video. Okay. Are we ready for it?
Yeah.
Should I just go ahead and let it fly?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and let it fly?
All right, we're just going to play it.
Imagine if you will.
Imagine if you will.
Wait, imagine if you will two cars in a driveway.
A guy, looks like he's starting his morning off.
Female, walking, looks like she's possibly taking
carrying something, a little
a kitty to
There's like
the
a carrier
vet, perhaps.
in her
Perhaps
grasp.
she's taking it to the vet.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And it is a suburban neighborhood.
Yes.
And,
all right, roll film.
Something smells
film.
that pussy.
Oh, jeez.
He said it.
Good morning.
Sets his drink on the car.
Yep, and his plate of brownies. So
I need to
there's
wash my car.
wash my
He
car.
needs to wash his car.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's the bobcat! Watch out!
Oh my God! I just realized something.
Yeah! Watch out! Watch out!
Watch out.
It's a bobcat! Attack my wife! A bobcat!
Okay, there's a couple things.
Wait a minute. Did you say a bobcat tagged my wife?
Why? I noticed a couple times walking
He's
at
just
that
jealous
time.
because the bobcat's
One, the
getting
lady
on
that he
action.
says good morning to is walking down the street the opposite direction.
Yeah.
She comes back and kind of helps him chase it off.
Yeah, she does.
Two,
Yeah.
he pulls a gun out. He has a gun
I
on his
didn't
hip.
see that.
I just
I didn't
noticed
see
it
that
watching.
either.
This
Oh.
time, he has a gun in his hand. It looks like a little handgun. But
All
he
right,
pulls it off his hip.
All right. Detail the video for
So,
those that can't see it.
this
which
guy's-
is everybody.
Everybody.
It looks like
Because we don't have any viewers, we have listeners.
husband. Shut up. We're gonna go to HR again. Just knock it off.
Fucking A.
Man and wife, it appears, getting ready to take a animal of some sort, which I'm assuming it sounds like a cat.
I think it's a cat.
I think it
it's
sounds
cat.
like a cat because you kind of hear it early on in it. To the vet or wherever it's going, or a boarding house or whatever, and he's just putting his stuff on top of his car. He greets his neighbor walking by, good morning, and he makes some observation about cleaning his car. Then this animal just attacks this woman. Looks like it's trying to get to the animal and the cat carrier. She's trying to shove it off. The husband runs around the car, grabs the what he
marmot
believes
or
to
the-
be a
or the
bobcat.
bobcat.
He picks it up, stares at it eye to
throws
eye, then yeets it.
throws it.
He throws it across the yard. The neighbor comes running back and helps him chase it off. And she's like, what were we chasing? Oh, that's a bobcat.
Oh, just an old bobcat there. What's a bobcat?
Wow. After a while, I thought this whole thing was fake, but there's too many reactions in that. I do
It
not.
stage
believe-
at the beginning.
Well, it is. It's one of those things. When you first showed it to me, it was like one of those things where I was like, I'm laughing, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, probably would have freaked out the same way. I would have been like, oh my God, get this out of here. That's freaking insane. Are you guys going to have a link or something?
Yeah, we can tag
We
that.
should do something.
Yeah.
We can tag
Because
links in
the
our
video obviously is much better than the audio.
Than
It'll
the
be interesting to
podcast.
see how it in playback if you can hear it, but just hearing how the
It's
day
awesome.
started for this guy. He was like, "Good morning,
Hello, good morning.
I gotta wash my car. Gotta eat my
morning to you.
donuts. I'm all good.
Look at these brownies on this hood." Then all of a sudden, this bobcat just comes in well, I'm gonna fuck up your day. I hope I haven't really read
These
much about
brownies
it.
are not.
If it truly was a bobcat, they have to have claw marks on there. I almost wondering if it was.
You really can't even get a good visual on,
No,
on
not at all.
what it was.
This is from it almost looks like one of those Ring security home systems from the doorbell.
Yeah.
This one looks like it's over the garage.
Does
but,
it say where it's at or not?
Please
Probably
fill
should've
in
done it.
stuff. North Carolina.
Please wait. Your call is important to us.
Yep, North Carolina.
Because, the worst we got to deal with around here is squirrels or really mean raccoons.
Ooh, mean raccoons. I had a chipmunk in my house at one time, and I had a couple people over, and we were trying to kill it, and I had a little pellet gun, and I couldn't get it to work. And what? Did I just miss something here?
No, I just showed him a video. It does look like he has a handgun in his hand.
He does.
What the?
He does, but it's like...
Uh-huh.
I never noticed that until recently. I only saw it in the video live. He pulls out a pistol.
He's ready to fucking get gangster on that shit.
He's about to go Capone.
Well, in his defense, and same thing as something attacked my wife like that. I thought it was fake the first couple times I saw it. I'm like, that's a big, there's a Mancoon. That's a really large house cat. I used to have one. That's what I thought it was. But that growl was pretty damn significant.
Yeah. You don't want to meet that in a dark alley.
I like how they have a moment. There's this one time where he's just holding it up, looking at this thing
face to face,
inches away.
Feel the love.
And he is like Rafiki on top of the mountain in Lion King, and he just chucks that thing.
Ready to yeet that bitch.
Hopefully he can laugh at himself because it's funny as shit. It's scary as shit.
This could have been 10 times worse.
Oh yeah, easily. Nobody got hurt as far as
people
we know.
could have gotten maimed. No, I don't believe so. No, I don't know how it didn't hurt his wife. Superficial injuries, from what I briefly. They got antibiotics and scratch marks, it looks like.
Good move.
And they both got the rabies vaccine.
Well played.
Yeah. Those rabies vaccines
went in for the COVID vaccine and the rabies.
They just put it all into one giant vial.
Just take
They're
care of
just
it.
going to feel like shit for a month, but then it'll be better. But I meant to put it into last week's one, but we didn't get to it because we were having such a good time with Mr. Bond there and everything else. And the user... the listener, I got it.
Good job. Yeah.
The listener.
Fucking time.
Hey, since the last episode, I can't believe this, and Bernie Madoff died.
What?
He died, yeah. I kid you not. That was
When did that happen?
2 weeks ago. And nobody cared.
Wow. Yeah, the fact that it was 2 weeks ago, nobody cared.
You didn't even know, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I know now.
I think I did hear about it, but it was kind of one of those things that I just kind of, okay.
We're your number one source for all that is the latest news and updates.
But
Bernie Madoff.
Literally, I read it, and I had to look it up 3 different times because I'm like, wow, that didn't really make any news. And I'm like, no, he did die, and nobody cared. Like that, a lot more people could have gone down. He fell on a sword for that, but a lot more people were more implicated.
Have you ever had a celebrity come up that you actually were kind of sad about?
That died?
Mm-hmm.
Chris
Because
Cornell.
I can tell you the one time. Chris Cornell.
Cornell.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant was a shock.
That was a shock.
Just because of how tragic and how it happened. And
Jim Henson was mine.
Jim Henson? Yeah.
I hated that. That sucked. Sammy Davis Jr. died the same day.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're gonna push ourselves down a dark road.
There's been a couple ones you just like. I remember the Michael Jackson one was kind of a shock too. Like you had
that was
no
a
idea.
shock.
That was a
so was
shock.
Prince.
I was just kind of Prince. Oh, jeez.
Bernie Madoff.
No.
That was a shock.
Brittany Murphy. That was
Oh,
one that came
yeah.
out of nowhere, where
Yeah.
you were just like, "What the?
Yeah.
fuck?"
What the hell?
The whole life in front of her too. She was young.
Yeah. She had some problems though, as I recall. Yeah.
Now I'm
They
gonna be
all
thinking
do.
about this the rest of the episode
all
of.
All right, let's get out of it before we get into it.
All I hope is that Jodie Sweetin is okay. That's all I care about.
God, you're just gonna keep on pounding that drum.
Oh, I'll keep pounding
Hey.
anything that I can.
So the other day, I ran across this headline and I couldn't believe it. Oh, God,
Somebody
did we-
call me.
Yes.
Ring
Daddy.
once for cock. I put too much emphasis on the.
Great. I spilled my beer all over myself.
Oh, good.
You made me laugh.
Oh, good. Congratulations.
Finally, we don't make the listeners. We don't make the listeners laugh, but I can make the
You
one
can
of
make
the
Ghosty laugh.
the
intern.
co-host,
Coco.
Coco host.
co-host.
I'm gonna be a Coco
He's
host.
Blanco Coco.
All right.
You know you can
I want to
fly
change my
over-
name from Ghosty to Coco now.
Done.
Coco.
All right.
Immediately done.
All right.
You know
What
you
got?
can fly over Chernobyl on a tour, an aerial tour
Tour.
for $106. It's
Is there
true.
like a significance with that $106 or something?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
like
I added that part because I thought it was crazy. But you fly.
I would assume that translates from rubles or whatever they.
Yeah, you fly from Kiev.
Kiev?
at a height of the tour is
20 feet.
No, shit.
Right into the chamber.
No way. 2,900 feet is the minimum allowance that you have to be over Chernobyl in the reactor.
Okay.
That's exactly what they fly at.
Wow. So,
And, you know,
can you take your own personal Geiger counter with you?
I bet people do.
And then next to it, just put like a popcorn machine and just kind of see which one sounds cooler.
Would you have to wear a suit?
Made of meat, yes.
I don't think that's...
And I'm not
grill.
talking like a tuxedo.
No, that was last episode. That was last week. But we didn't get our deposit back on somebody's outfit. I'll let you can decide whose it was.
We had
Somebody
a lead
spilled
line
fucking
suit.
martinis all over it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the creamy pants incident. We're not talking about that?
That was you.
That was you on your own, dude.
God. And it was my deposit. Thanks.
Oh,
asshole.
no, it was both of our deposits.
You made a deposit.
A lot of deposits.
I have a bucket list. This is not on it. I don't want to go over Chernobyl at...
No, even at that rate, no.
It's just
gotta
like you're
have a
asking
death
to
wish
die.
or something. Jeez.
By the way, I'm going to plug this. HBO, me and Tony talked about this years ago.
God.
It did a phenomenal,
incredible job.
phenomenal
Oh,
series.
yeah. That was a good
Chernobyl
series.
miniseries.
That was one of the best miniseries I've ever watched.
Yeah, Tony told me about that. I ended up watching it afterwards. It was phenomenal.
I think it was
agree.
very close to being accurate from everything I've seen.
Yeah.
If not, it still tells a hell of a story.
historically accurate for the most.
Oh,
for the
wow.
most part, with exception to like all of the scientists just combined to that one character, but still, the story had a beginning and an ending. I was happy with that.
Well, even since that
It
movie,
was like it was real.
I think they've encased
Oh,
this
wait.
with robots, and they've actually put a shell over the top of the whole thing.
But the shell, that shell that they've
That lead shell.
covered it with, that's only good for a certain amount of time. They got to rebuild that again, don't they? At the
This
cost
is a
of
problem
like
that's never gonna
$2
go away.
billion or something.
Well, I'm going to probably phrase this wrong, but the one thing
Go ahead.
about that move or that series that kind of blew my mind was the fact that as that all went along, it blew my mind how I don't even know how to put it other than nationalism basically got in the way of actually like
Taking care of the
of protecting of actually doing the right thing.
right. They were blinded by their
And it's something
power.
we've seen. I'm not going to mention names, but we've seen over like
Look,
the past
I had the
decade or so.
HR incident. We've already gone through that. I thought this was
But
going to blow
it is
over.
There's
amazing.
rumored to be another one of those HR incidences.
Wait, is that happening?
Is that going on?
I thought that we had one scheduled for next week. I think both of us might be in that one.
Damn it!
Let me know how that goes.
I thought we got.
I bet you'll know.
I thought we got out unscathed this time.
Nobody gets out on
That's
skate.
why I have
Hey,
a
you know
ghost.
what I didn't know about that series is like how bad it could have been if it actually reached the water. Like
Oh,
we were talking
yeah.
about an explosion that would have rocked almost a good part of the continent, and the fallout from that would have. It was so close to being. It was a terrible in its own right.
I was going to say it was so close to being nuclear, but no, it was nuclear. But
It could have been so much worse.
thousandfold.
Yeah. Wow,
Easily.
it was very, very fortunate. Like,
Would have cleared the
if
eastern
they would have just
seaboard.
listened to the people that were saying, "Hey, we got a problem. Hey, we got a problem. Hey, we got a problem," and that's generally what happens. So look at how many times we've lost spacecraft and the same thing, and people were
Yep.
beating the horn. Hey, we should be doing this with these O-rings on these thrusters.
Challenger.
Yeah,
Yep.
and the fucking heat shields on the Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
They saw it hit in the replay of it. We're like, we think it'll be all right. When the hell do you think about something and saying it's all right? Like, what is wrong with you?
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
I guess nationalism like applies to what I was saying about the Russia thing, but what is that exactly? Is that pride? What is it? What gets in the way?
You don't want to. Well, you don't want to anything. Nation above everything else, where you don't want to give a black eye to the nation at any cost.
But that gives it a black eye when like
it makes
7
it even
astronauts
worse.
die in
You
an
find out
accident.
about one instance versus how many are covered up in the meantime. We're going to do a conspiracy theory episode or two. I really love conspiracy theories. Some of them I think are so stupid and outrageous, and some of them I think might be legit. Actually, which is a nice segue. These next headlines I actually pulled from 2020.
Did you write that? Did you segue that?
No, I didn't. Actually, I did. That worked nice. How would you know? You don't even see my screen.
I don't.
I don't know how you did that, but that worked.
That was really good.
Strange but true headlines from 2020. What a terrible year, anyways.
Dun, dun, dun.
This one will always stick with me. The Pentagon basically confirms that there's UFOs and nobody cares.
I actually heard about this.
Yeah, you hear about it?
Yeah, I did.
Some of these I don't think you would, but what do you believe about that?
As far as UFOs?
Yeah.
How do I phrase this? Okay, so basically,
What podcast do you on? Let's
my
fly.
deal is no matter what, I believe that
Tread
there's
roughly.
intelligent life out there no matter
Yeah.
what. I mean, you're talking about billions and billions and billions of stars.
For grains of sand,
Are they actually visiting us? I don't know.
It was such a weird year that everything else was so fucked up that this got no traction in the news.
It
Like
basically
nobody
was
cared.
buried under
Oh, it was
every
intended-
single thing else. So
and
they
you
were
know
like,
that's
let's
why it was
just
done
put
that?
it out there.
Probably. I think they
They were like,
released it.
we're going to release this sooner or later.
I
Let's
think-
just go ahead and do this while everything else is fucked up.
Exactly.
I actually thought the opposite.
No
I
one's
thought
the
they
wiser.
released it and thinking that people would go down this rabbit hole and kind of like follow it, and it would be a little a distraction.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it just didn't work because nobody cared. I couldn't believe that nobody cared. I'm like, wait a minute, this is fucking significant.
It is very significant.
All right, you're
Even-
pointing in on a certain thing, right?
Yeah.
What's the story?
No, that was it. That was.
Oh,
the story.
that was it.
Oh, okay.
That was a strange headline. I just
Well-
wanted to know if you guys actually believe. I believe in them personally. Like, I don't really know what that actually means.
Is it
But
the
it's,
cat?
it's almost ignorant to think that there's not other type of life forms out there. As
Sure.
infinite as the galaxy is, there probably is
Yeah.
UFOs. Like, I believe it.
Oh, easily.
But
And
can
I
they
believe-
can they make a damn fine martini? No, they can't.
Not as good as Ghosty.
Not
or
as
Coco.
good as Ghosty. Coco.
Coco. Sorry.
Coco Ghosty.
Coco Chanel Ghosty.
Or should I be Ghosty Coco? Coco Ghosty? Ghosty Coco?
Here's another.
Ghosty.
Chanel number Coasty.
Here's another flashback from 2020. Murder Hornets.
God, that was so long ago.
Oh, jeez.
It was a thing for a week, then never spoken about again the entire year.
Are they still going?
Apparently, they're
No.
still around. I thought on the West Coast.
They found a nest.
Yeah.
Because I did a follow up.
Wait, you do research on this shit?
Somebody's got to. How many headlines do you bring this week?
Um,
It's a recurring thing. 0.
I'm out of beer. Is that a headline?
I think
Oh,
it's a
God.
headline. I have one, but I'm not very good about getting it summarized.
You think
so-
I research any of
You
this
think
shit?
you
No.
care? No.
I think they found one nest over by Vancouver, immediately destroyed it, and we never really heard about it again.
No.
But it's ignorant to think that they're not still out there. Of course, the wilderness, especially on that side of the country, is vast, and
Sure.
there's no way you're going to get every nest. It's just going to be something we have to deal with now.
Kind of like pandemics.
Yeah.
It's
We knew that was
weird.
coming.
It's weird because I kind of want to say it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to say it.
Go ahead, say it. Say it out
Yeah,
loud.
COVID.
We'll just
Yeah.
edit this later.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, no matter what, we're going to have to
We're
deal
just gonna
with
make it sound like
every
this.
freaking year from now on.
yeah,
This
Well,
is a
different
part of our lives,
variations.
just like the flu.
you're gonna have to take your vaccine
Well,
from.
it'll be.
I mean, you're
it'll
talking
be
about
part
it.
of our life,
Everybody
but
was
it'll
talking about it mutating
lessen.
before we're even out of it.
Well, that's the unique problem with this one. It's because it's mutating
Well,
so
no,
fast.
I wouldn't call it unique. Flu mutates, right?
Flu's not-
Flutate, yes.
Flutates.
Flutate.
It coptates.
it COVID-tates.
Covatate.
Covitates.
That's kind of like hibernates.
Another good one from last year was the. I can't say this word.
And we're moving on.
I'm going to say this word, and I'm going to get crucified from you two for
Please
it.
do.
It's the monoliths. The
Monolith.
Monolith.
Yeah.
Monorail.
No.
Great Simpsons episode for those who
Showed up around the
watched
world for a week.
Oh yeah. I remember
it.
that.
There was one even in the town that we're in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever town that is.
Small town America.
What an absolute bullshit story! Like somebody put one up in the Arizona desert or
But
whatever it was.
do you think though that kind of coincides with the whole UFOs thing? Do you think that? Let's go into conspiracy theory for just a moment. Let's go ahead and introduce this right now.
Let's do it.
Okay, so do you think that was
Shit,
a way?
I'm out of beer too.
Oh man, well, you just
It's going to be an early break. It's going to be
No,
it's going to be an early
We're
break.
almost up for one here in a second.
Well, I was going to say is, do you think that was supposed to coincide with the whole release of, hey, there is intelligent life out there. We found UFOs. Here's the proof. By the way, here's a monolith to make you think more about it.
I think we had a bunch of bored people that just randomly started throwing shit.
I
out
wouldn't
there.
call it bored. I mean, yes, bored, but I think it was also just people trying to give people a distraction. And in a genuinely good way. It was like, hey, this is kind of fun. Let's not think about the whole pandemic. No.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right.
All right.
We also saw people like John Kraszewski, the guy from The Office, big tall guy.
Yeah.
He's in John.
Jim.
He did that good news segment, and it was freaking fantastic.
Yes.
He got bought out, then he actually came back to it, and he did an amazing job. He was trying to uplift millions of people, and then in the shittiest time of their life, probably. What a great guy, too. He should be in the next Fantastic Four movie. I think he should be Mr. Reed Richards. But that's just me plugging that away over and over again. It's going to happen.
If you just put
I
it
got
out
a couple
there in the
more
universe,
quick headlines,
man.
ones that I missed at the time.
Somebody once told me that. If you put it out into the universe.
This is a direct quote from the New York Post on February 1st of 2020.
Fake news.
This is before.
Before it even gets started.
This is before COVID. This is before COVID actually was an issue.
Huh?
Bane.
Bane? Did you say Bane?
Roving. Roving band of herpes-ridden monkeys now roaming. Let me get
Monkey.
Let me get it out.
Get it out. Bring it on. Shit.
Just slap it on the keyboard.
Over it.
Look at you can type with it.
Let the man talk.
Roving band of herpes-ridden monkeys now roaming over northeast Florida.
What?
I shit you not. There was a bunch of
Roving
monkeys.
band of herpes-ridden monkeys going out the... Anyway.
Not gonna lie, I'm still distracted with Bane. I want to hear Bane making love to himself.
Massive hands.
Oh, you feel good.
I guess a couple.
All right, sorry.
People,
All right.
people had monkeys and they got out. They got. Out
Where
of
was
there.
this?
Northeast Florida. Of course, it's Florida.
Of course it's Florida.
All right. This one.
Actually, yeah, that stands to
Sounds
reason.
about right.
All right. So, next one, I actually heard this one. The Purge, in quotes, siren used by Louisiana police as curfew alarms panicked citizens.
What the hell?
This is when the lockdowns really kicked in last year.
I haven't even seen the movie, and I'm already like offended by that.
The Purge?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen it?
I have.
Ghosty Coco?
I have.
Ghost
I have.
Co.
You can call me Coco. You can call me Ghosty. You can call
Ghost to
me.
Ghost.
Late for dinner.
No.
Hit it.
I'm sorry. I
Jesus,
wasn't ready
our
for it.
sound effects man is not on the
He
trigger.
got his ass chewed last week, and he's trying to recover from it.
Yeah.
He's still like in recovery.
I got my ass.
All right, so what's the Purge deal?
So the Purge siren, that very
Definitive.
I wish we would have had this at the time. Distinct sound from the Purge. Like people, the police. That was not it.
That's not it. But,
The police were playing it over when it was time for the curfew. It would just go down up and down streets playing that over and over again to make them go inside.
WTF?
Yeah. Read the room.
Where is this?
Louisiana. Last year when the lockdown first kicked in.
Yeah, that was right in the beginning. Yep.
Yeah.
I did not hear
didn't
about
hear that
this. No.
This one. The
That
next.
truly is fucked up.
That is
Yeah, it
fucked
is.
up.
They read the room or your city.
What the fuck? Or WTF?
I got 3 more before a break, so I'm going to try to fit it in here.
Where's the fire?
This one I remember I did
Okay.
briefly hear about too last year. FDA is literally warning people do not drink bleach now.
Jesus.
Oh, I
Christ
do
of
remember
Latter-day
that.
Saints.
I do remember that.
What the fuck?
Who would even suggest? What kind of
Who
a
would do that?
fucking
Who
moron
would
would,
do that?
even suggest to drink bleach? Oh my god.
I think he should be sent to HR.
There's a better podcast.
I agree with that.
Although I thought I saw a new
There's
guy.
another podcast too.
Yeah. Although I saw
There are
the
several
HR guy,
podcasts.
I'm pretty sure I saw a different one walking by. I want to know what happened to the other guy.
Ooh.
I feel like there might be a story there. Why'd you say ooh
I think
like
you
that?
I think you just buried the lead on that, but you know.
Ooh.
Here's another one.
Oh yeah.
2 more before the break. Leopard Malls Florida man who paid for full contact experience with Big Cat.
Huh?
I read that
Wait,
wrong.
is that the same guy who was yeeting the bobcat?
I read it wrong. Leopard Malls Florida man
Oh, Florida.
Oh,
who paid for full contact experience with Big Cat.
so it's not a leopard mall. It's not a place you go to pick up a leopard
No.
and take it home.
It means he
and-
mauled him. Maul.
Oh, he didn't go to a mall to get.
He got
mauled.
tore up from the floor up from a from a damn big cat, a leopard. Like
Did the man live?
yes, he did. He got messed up pretty good. But
Well, then the story.
this goes back to a couple weeks ago when I said, I'm not going to jump into a fucking swimming pool with an orca. Like, what the fuck is wrong with
fucking
people?
orcas.
Fucking orcas.
No, it's not
Fucking
good.
orcas. Hey, how did the hashtag
I've never
work
been
out,
in
by
my
the
life
way?
want to say, hey, there's a tiger over here. Let me go see if he. Oh, big hug. Like, let me go dingling his balls a little quicker or something. Like, put my hands down there and dingling around there. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Make sure you also cup the tail.
Has there ever been an animal you just want to sit there and like? Well, I'm pretty sure a panda can't kick my ass because
A panda, yeah.
Like, I don't think they would do anything to me. They
Pound a panda, maybe.
Have you ever seen them in their enclosures? They just sit there and hug on you.
I just think of Tropic Thunder every time I think about pandas.
That was horseshit, but they don't.
But that's awesome. Where all of a sudden he's like, "Oh my god, I killed a panda!"
But they're not going to do anything to you. But like, there's a panther over there, or excuse me, a leopard.
There's.
Let me go over there and
there.
I'll pay for this experience. And I probably had to sign this waiver, like, hey, there's a chance it could fucking maul me. And guess what? It fucking mauled you, you fucking idiot.
You're talking
but
to a
when you're
guy that's gotten into a fight with a feral cat, so I'm not gonna go anywhere near that shit.
I can't.
And that cat beat the shit out of me. Seriously, I had blood all over.
Was it a kitten too?
Do you remember? Did I tell you about this?
I don't think so.
Okay, so those like we've never talked
Please,
about it, but
continue.
I foster cats because I like cats.
Yes. Well, that part I knew of already.
And so I had these 3 cats
Thank you for
come
reminding
over,
me. Yeah.
and basically
What a
one
shock.
of them
Ghosty likes
escaped.
pussycats.
And
so those 3 cats came over. They were playing cards.
These 3
There's some
pussies
cool
come
cats.
over, and basically I thought, look, okay, I'll just talk real nice to it and be real gentle. I go to pick it up, fucker just like starts clawing the shit out of my arm. I mean, seriously, there was blood all the way down my arm. It attacked my foot. Everything else, I was a mess. It was a mess.
It was like, forget you, forget your couch.
Pandas, orcas, leopards.
Why don't we just leave nature
Stay away
alone?
from them. Stay away from them.
Is this a surprise to anybody though?
Me? No.
I think if we get you even a stuffed animal, it will find a way to attack you.
Yes.
Like, I'm
I think
rethinking
so.
my bucket list. Do I have anything I wanted to sit there and go hug? And I don't have any wild animal I want to go sit there and play with.
I
I'm
got
gonna
a
leave
cat
Shamu
upstairs.
alone. No, your cat's worse than any wild animal. Fuck that cat.
That cat is awful.
Before the break,
That cat
this
is
is
awful.
this is probably my favorite one out of the group.
I'm glad you declawed it. And I don't normally say that about cats.
What's that?
You
Oh.
declawed it, right?
Well, it was declawed before I got it. Yes.
Yes, that was it.
Then it regenerated the claws, and now we're back to square one.
Dr. Claw was actually her original name.
Because that cat would have fucked me up as well.
Well, that cat would have fucked everybody up, including myself. Even today,
It
I've had that
messed me
cat
up.
since 2008.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
really been
It's,
that long?
it is a
Been that long.
mean cat. Mean cat.
It's weird because you sit there and you think you finally become cool with this cat, but there's no being cool
Oh,
with this
no,
cat.
no.
There's
no.
not.
Well, there's
Like,
a false
there's been a
sense of
couple
No,
of
security.
moments.
and Tony is actually the coolest, and I've still seen times where it attacks him.
Yep, I don't get it. I really don't understand it.
I don't get it either.
This is the last one before the break.
Catitude.
And this
Yes.
is my favorite because I didn't hear the story before that. The caption reads, quote,
Bernie Madoff is dead.
no, we already covered that. 3 men banned from Yellowstone after trying to cook chicken on geyser. End quote.
Oh my god.
Like,
You are one pathetic loser.
like what in your like, ooh, there's a hot geyser. Let me just stab this chicken right through the ass and put it over the geyser and let's cook it. What is wrong with people?
You got to take a shot sometimes. That's all I can say. You got to take that shot.
Take
I'll
your shot.
defend
Shoot
somebody's
your
bucket
shot.
list forever, but I can't defend this.
God.
You're an idiot.
I want live action video of this instant. I hope the chicken was already like. I hope it was raw chicken, not like a real life chicken. For God's sakes,
It'd be funnier if you were cooking dogs and then your
what
response
is
would
wrong
be-
with you?
It would have been, it's too bad these weren't raw dogs.
Hot dogs.
That's it.
That's what I said. Hot dogs. Cooking hot
You said
dogs.
raw dogs.
What did I say? Raw dogs?
You said raw dogs.
I'm
raw
too,
dogs.
I'm too busy trying to do other shit
Go
over
back to
here.
Sean Connery.
I'm too busy trying to do other shit
right off the bat.
here.
Let's hit him with the intro.
Good for the love of fucking jeez. Oh,
night court.
Okay.
Oh, I jumped a gun.
Like Gart.
Connect court.
I like that.
We need a beer. Well, why can't we get a beer to sponsor us?
What do you want?
What beer?
What beer?
To sponsor us?
Yes.
Anything but Coors Light.
A local brewery.
There is a better beer.
There is a better beer.
to the second half of There Is
Another
Booter Poot
better
Boost.
podcast.
Yes, there is another podcast.
Another better.
There is a better
There's
booter.
a better nutter.
There is better butter.
There's a better nutter. Better nutter podcast.
Another butter podcast.
To be clear,
Butter
it's-
Nutter?
there's a better podcast. Just throwing that out.
To be clear, it's
To be clear,
Cuoco.
We'll get there. Don't
I'm
steal
just
my
helping
mojo.
you.
Let's go right into it. Let's go
helping
into
you.
the Mike's not mail
Hard
review.
lemonade?
Mike's movie
Mike,
review.
Mike does not
Hit it
believe
with the
it.
intro.
He does not
1,
believe
2,
in foreplay.
3, 4. It's time for Mike's movie reviews. Mike's movie reviews. With Michael and his movies being reviewed.
All right. We got a couple in here. All right, the harmonica still got a little
Fix the fucking door.
door closes in French or in Scottish accent.
Knock, knock.
knock, knock.
Knock, knock.
You're on the rock.
Welcome to the knock.
Anyways, this week
Welcome
we're going
to my cock.
We got a couple short reviews versus
You're
one
on the
really
knock.
long one.
Feel the knock. Feel the knock as I get into that.
Feel the knobby.
Sorry.
I call it. I call it Bobby.
Digression. Move on.
Bobby
No,
the knobby.
Wow.
All right, Mike's movie review.
Mike's movie review.
Movie.
We got a couple in here this week. This week we're starting off with the whole series. It just wrapped up the other
Tron?
last week. No.
Oh.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I think I saw that.
Yeah. Well, you know of the premise of it, right? Where
Yeah.
Falcon
Maybe I did see that.
in the Winter Soldier, bad guy originally becomes a good guy. Story.
Short-term
Friends
memory.
become enemies, enemies become friends.
Yeah, it's pretty unique because in this,
I did see it.
This picks up after Captain America.
Yep,
It
I
moves
remember.
on, and he's not Captain America anymore.
It's all coming back to me
He
now.
gets
It's
a-
all
he gets
just like
coming
Celine
back
Dion.
to me
He gets an
now.
apartment on the north side in upstate New York.
I'm gonna do a review in a different take here.
All right, take two.
Mike's movie.
Not what I meant. Go ahead and stop it. Not what I meant.
Michael movie review.
No, I mean,
Movie.
there's always the ones that say this is a good flick or this is a good series, this is a bad series. You should watch this. You shouldn't.
Michael.
He's just about done. Hold on.
Okay, there we go. There it is. And in the sense, like, hey, this is a good one. This is a bad one. Should we watch this? Should we not? I'm going to go through and kind of address the underlying issues with this.
So yay or
Basically,
nay kind of thing?
they're building up for Falcon being. Falcon doesn't take. He's given the shield. That's a metaphorical thing with the Captain America of being the new Captain America, but he doesn't want to do it, so he gives it back, and he kind of goes on this other thing just as being the Falcon. Somebody else picks up the mantle. It doesn't work out the way they think. Then it kind of he's suffering internally with being the Falcon, being a black man as Captain America, and how's that seen through the world. And then there's the Winter Soldier, who is Captain America's best friend, and he has this storied past of being this assassin with all these terrible things that he was forced to do against his will. So one story's arc is a man, Winter Soldier, a story of redemption and moving on with his life and making peace with his past, and the Falcon going against hundreds of years of being the symbol of America, of being a black man, carrying on Captain America's legacy.
And I take it back. I did not see this at all. As you elaborate, I'm like, yeah, this doesn't sound familiar at all.
Well, I was really fed up with some of the race comments that were made on Twitter and saying, "Oh, you can't have a black man as Captain America." Shut
Bullshit.
the fuck up. I think he did
That
a
is
great job.
bullshit.
Anthony Mackie did a great job as the Falcon and as now Captain America. I thought it was great storytelling. I believe underlying, and this is what Marvel did a long time ago. Marvel addressed Grammarly sponsor me.
Yes.
Race issues in a different way long time ago, with basically X-Men being mutants, and they were addressing it without people actually knowing what they were addressing. And yet again, they do it again.
Interesting.
This country is at a weird place in our, yet again, and continuing on for hundreds of years, having problems with race issues in this country. I have zero problems with there being a black Captain America. I don't care. He does a great job with it. He's morally right. They tried somebody else that was unhinged and it didn't work right. And it was time. It was a great story. There's a couple parts of where the series just kind of didn't make connections for me, but overall, go watch it. It was amazing. If you have a problem with a black Captain America, that's more of a reflection on you than it is the series.
Agreed.
Ding.
Next is Mortal Kombat.
Did you just have puberty at that moment? Next.
Next?
Next.
Did I really do that?
Yes.
I didn't hear it.
Because you're not paying attention.
Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is off the... Mortal Kombat! Did you guys ever play that? You play the video game?
I love Mortal Kombat.
I liked it when it was on the Sega.
If you had the blood code, I mean, the very first one, if you had the blood code, you were like the coolest person in the neighborhood.
They were fun games. I had a great time doing.
Was like bloody as hell.
Remember you did the fatalities? Remember you could do the babe-alities? Turning them into babies and stuff like that?
Yeah, those were stupid.
Yeah. Shut up.
Fatalities were cool. Babe-alities were dumb. Friendship? What the fuck is friendship? Friendship. No, I'm here to kick somebody's ass.
Well, if you remember...
I just beat your ass up, and now I want to be your friend. That reminds me a lot of junior high school.
It reminds me of mine, too.
Those that can't see me, I am shaking my head. I don't know what to say.
It was the same exact thing. Remember,
Say no more.
They made two movies in the 90s.
Yeah.
Both were terrible.
They were almost better than the
this one
Super Mario movie.
Wasn't as bad as those, but it was better. I don't know what to say here. HBO Max fixed up the issues from Godzilla versus Kong, and they didn't have those streaming buffering issues with this one, so it was good.
I have a feeling, though, that there probably wasn't as much interest in that movie as was Godzilla and Kong.
And that could be it, and I don't know.
So they probably didn't fix the issues. It was just nobody cared.
I can kind of sum this up really easy.
Go ahead. I'll give you 30 seconds.
I would have been pissed if I saw this in the movie theater.
Time's up.
Like, I would have been mad if I paid money to go see this in a movie theater experience.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't terrible. Was it an improvement on the other ones? Yes. Was it entertaining at parts? Yes. Was it a good movie? No. It
insist upon itself?
No, it was bloody. It was gory. It's exactly what you think it would be. And the story was better than the other two movies that came out. But it's still...
How do you have a story, really?
They tried really early on. They really made a couple... If they would have kept that on, it would have been fine. But the movie sucked. I've been trying not to say that for the last couple of weeks on Twitter, and since I saw it, I've tried to keep it to myself.
The best part about it is you can get it out here because nobody's listening.
Yeah, it sucked. It wasn't. It was entertaining at parts, but overall, my overall feeling is I'll never watch it again, and that's not a great movie in my opinion.
Wait, before you go further,
yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
I have a question. I've never understood the phrase, and since you said it, you've got to actually explain it. Insists upon itself. What the fuck does that even mean?
It's from a line.
It's a line.
I know that.
Family Guy.
I know that. What's it mean?
It's not. It's
I know. What's it mean?
It's not supposed to mean anything.
I know. What's it mean?
How can something be defined?
You said it.
How can something be defined that has no definition?
Exactly.
That's the joke. That's the point of even saying that.
I don't get the joke because
I think
you're not a Family Guy fan.
I'm a huge Family Guy fan. I actually get the joke, I think, but every time I hear it, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
If you really want to dive into it, maybe we can try and put some weight on it, saying that it makes itself.
Could you say it like Peter?
It makes itself. It insists upon itself. It makes itself to be more important than it actually is. There. What do you think about that?
It's not bad. All right.
Is a definition or
back to Mike's movie review?
Movie review.
Get your sexy ass back over here.
In a world where movies are reviewed, here it is. This is the movie review.
And also, like the podcast, it's not reviewed very well,
Mike.
But if you don't like it,
there is a better podcast.
There is a better podcast.
There is a better podcast.
Whoa.
Oh, God.
the beer's kicking in.
The beer is kicking in.
All right, next up, we have Thunder Force on Netflix. This came out a couple weeks ago now.
I already gave my review.
It was not memorable at best.
Yeah.
He said...
I wrote
or as Peter would say, meh.
Meh.
Here's a couple notes I wrote about it.
And insists on pound itself.
What does that mean to you, Coco Chanel
Cocoa
Ghosty?
bean, mother.
Chanel.
Cocoa
I
Chanel
like
sauce.
that.
Coco Chanel Ghosty.
Coco Chanel goes.
Isn't that what it says in your ID?
I am going to have like
Name
15
tag.
different names by the time I'm done.
At least.
Yep.
It was weird. I had a couple of really funny moments in it. A couple of ones where I actually laughed really, really hard, but most of it I'm like, what am I watching?
It's like, I mean, my thought was basically it felt like everything was a setup for a joke that really wasn't even that funny. It was
Or
kind
they
of like,
just never delivered on it.
eh.
Like you felt like a joke was coming, then they just like, we're going to go move on to this now. I'm
Off
not
camera, that's a joke. For those of you that don't know that Mike refers to everybody listening as a viewer.
Oh, didn't even pick up on
I
that.
agree with you. What did you say earlier?
whatever I said.
It was a better podcast.
Crab Band.
Crap bad. Oh yeah.
Crab Band.
Well, Miss.
I assume that's part of your review.
Yeah, Jason Bateman steals the show yet again.
He does.
As he does in most of his performances, as he plays himself over and over
Every
again.
single
Yep.
time.
Which I fail to
It's
see a
not a
problem
bad
with
thing.
that. It works for him.
Even in Ozark.
Yeah.
He is still Jason Bateman.
Right.
He's
He's
not.
just kind of like this aloof guy that's just kind of going through it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's always the same character, but it works great in Ozark.
In Thunder Force, it's funny because he carries when he's on screen. He carries.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
was.
got freaking crab hands.
Crab hands through the whole fucking movie until they get him ripped off.
Wow.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
My goodness.
Yeah, I'll throw that shit down.
But
If you don't like it,
there's a
there's a
better,
better podcast.
Hey, so they try to handicap him with like, okay, how can we dummy down Jason Bateman? They're like, okay, we'll just put random claw hands on him, and it still pulls it off.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know. I'm not a Melissa McCarthy fan, and she was okay in it, I guess.
I like
I would
Melissa
pass on this
McCarthy.
one. overall.
She's funny.
I do enjoy her comedy. I think she's funny. I thought she was great in Heat. Heat was awesome.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, she is great when she's
She's
in Heat.
great in Heat.
I thought you were talking about the movie with Al Pacino and
No,
Val Kilmer.
I was talking about the last time her and I were together, and
Yeah.
she was great in Heat.
She was great in Heat.
No, I really
Even
did.
her husband
I
was okay with that.
seriously liked her a lot in that movie. I thought she was really good. It's funny. It's her comedy. Works well. And I felt like this was even her comedy, but it's like it just always felt awkward through the entire movie.
And that's how like most Netflix films and productions feel right now.
Some of
Is
them.
it the, like-
some of them.
Some of them they can really head out of the park, like Stranger
I mean,
Things.
I'm really straining my brain. Stranger Things is awesome.
Yeah.
I still
I'm
couldn't
straining
get
my
into Stranger
brain
Things.
to
Sorry.
like think of something that I really liked a lot, but
I don't know. By the time this or when we launch this episode today, Shadow and Bone is out, and that's supposed to be this big series. But
Shadow
even
and Bone.
I think they realized after they produced it that they don't have what they thought they had on its hand. They put a lot of money into it.
douche. Sorry, go ahead. I have not seen that or heard anything of it.
Yeah, it's the reason why, because Netflix hasn't marketed it, because they probably know they got a bummer of
A stinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they put a lot of money into the series, and they can't really afford for it to fail. So they're kind of hoping. I heard it gets better on episode 3, but we'll see. I'll do a review on it here. pretty
Star
quick.
Wars got better on. Oh no, they didn't.
You've never seen Star Wars? Shut up.
I've seen all of the movies.
All
of the movies that
the
matter.
lost episode.
Name
I've
one
seen-
you haven't seen.
Okay, I've seen 4,
I
5,
just fucked with you.
and 6.
I just said name one you haven't seen.
I know. I've seen 4, 5, and 6, and then I saw 1, and then I saw most of 2, and I could not drag myself into the living room to see 3. Sorry.
3 is better. That's Revenge of the Sith.
It doesn't matter.
That one was actually pretty good.
It gets a lot better. It's because you got through 2, and 2 was rough.
2 was
Attack of the
horrible.
That was the Jaja.
No, that was the first. Well,
that's Phantom Menace.
yeah.
2 is Attack of the Clones with Jango Fett, and the problem is like with that one is Ewan McGregor's acting his ass off, and he's just
I just feel there's
the plot's just a little
yeah,
weak.
there's nothing.
Well, and
there.
I assume you're
Nothing
like
there.
me. I mean, I was a huge Star Wars fan growing up, and then there became that point where it was like, I don't know. I felt disconnected.
I enjoyed like 2 was rough. I enjoyed 1 because they kind of rebooted the series. 3 was good. The other one, like in time, this is what happens with Star Wars people. They get As soon as it comes out, they're like,
They get old.
fuck, I fucking hate this. This isn't the original series. And then after a while, they come back and like once they get through that bullshit, they come back to it like, wow, this actually is pretty decent. They just don't
That's
like
fair.
to admit it. And that's what happens over and over again.
That's fair.
Everybody loved Rogue One.
Well, my thought about the first episode too is that if I want to see a lot of the hearings and shit like that, I'll just go watch C-SPAN.
God,
I'll
that
go
was
watch
like
C-SPAN. That's
15
more.
seconds.
It's more
What'd you
entertaining.
think of the Solo?
Solo.
Han Solo.
I didn't care
spin-off
for this.
there.
I didn't care for Solo.
I felt like it was way too much stuff fit into one movie.
Yeah. They
It was like watching Game of Thrones.
I was just about to
season.
say that. Yep.
Because
Seriously.
it has
Just combined
Emilia
way
Clarke
too much
on it.
into so little.
By the way, she's in Marvel's Secret Invasion. She was just recently signed.
What was that?
Emilia Clarke, who plays in Solo and Game of Thrones as Khaleesi.
Oh,
That's like a nerd's wet dream right there, right? Oh, yeah. Man, like nerds unite. They get behind that. I'm one of those guys, yeah.
You are a huge nerd.
Yep. Sign me up.
I'd get behind that.
But it
bet
should have
you
been like
would.
Mandalorian. It should have been made into a series. Mandalorian was fantastic. Is fantastic. And it spawned a whole generation of new Star Wars
Which I
fans.
haven't
And
seen any of that.
It's fantastic. It
All
really
right.
is.
What's on Apple Plus, right?
No, Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Sorry, the other Plus.
It carried Disney Plus in its infancy stage, and it's really, really well done.
I'd heard that was good.
And it is. It connects a couple different worlds of the Star Wars. There's a big gap, and there wasn't a whole lot of expectations for it, and I think that's why it's done well. Upcoming, they've already started filming it. Edwin McGregor.
Edward R. Murray.
He has an Obi-Wan series coming to the Disney Plus too, and I'm really excited for that because I think he's a phenomenal actor. And then he doesn't really put out crap, so it'll be fun. Last one. This actually came out late last year, and it talk about carrying things. It carried HBO Max for a while. It's called Flight Attendant. It's got Kaylee.
Oh, Kaylee Cuoco.
Yes,
Yes.
in it from she played
Big Bang Theory.
Penny in Big Bang Theory.
Yes, that is a big.
Have you heard of this yet?
I've seen. I see it as it passes by in the things that I should watch on HBO Max. I've heard it was good though. I've heard it was good. It
I
was
was
entertaining.
surprised-
I've not seen it yet.
When you have such an iconic role like she did in Big Bang Theory, it's
Yeah.
hard to see
Oh.
her as anything other.
It's hard
than
to
the
get out of
dumb
that role.
Oh, that
blonde
Kaylee
man.
Cuoco.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
not that
one.
one. No,
Oh.
not.
oh, oh, oh,
Whoa!
oh.
She
There it
plays
is.
a sexy flight attendant in
Wait,
this
she
one.
plays something sexy for once. Wow, who knew?
Well, I got some fun facts about that here in a
I
second.
bet
But
you do.
she
About flight attendants?
Yep.
Oh,
and-
okay.
Oh.
Where she had like I didn't know how they were going to make this into a series, but it resonated with me. I know a lot of people hated it. I thought it was freaking phenomenal. And
Is it approved by Delta Airlines?
no, she
then I'll watch it.
she flies overseas, and all of a sudden, the guy that she was with, she has this big drinking problem, and a lot of the stories her addressing why she has a drinking problem.
Isn't that kind of like normal though in flight attendants? People who are like in airline industry though.
I do not generalize like that, so I'm not going down that path with you on that one.
Statistically,
I have no idea. She is battling these issues, and she's wondering if she woke up the next morning and he was dead, and she's like, oh my god, did I do this? And the whole series revolves around, did I do this? And there's this big controversy with this.
I've had
wow.
a few mornings.
It's
like
got
that.
it's got it's got T.R. Knight in it, who used to be from Grey's Anatomy. It has a really strong Rosie Perez is in it.
ooh,
And I haven't
Rosie
seen her in a long
Perez.
time. I can't remember last time I seen her. Probably
White
Man
Can't Jump.
Yeah.
yeah, great scene.
I thought the movie was great. I don't know how in the world they're going to do a second season, but it was picked up immediately, so that's how good it did.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a sexy, erotic thriller. She has some funny moments in it as well. It shows her acting range, and because you only see this little small part of it in Big Bang Theory, and you didn't really know she could act. She can act, and this is one part. I completely lost my train of thought. I'm that guy right now.
Talking
Oh,
about-
she has these pretty graphic like sex scenes, and there's an article I read right after that, and she's like, I've never done this before. I don't know how to do it. And the guy's like, really? Like the male opposite lead?
Let me show you.
Yeah. And she's like, this is so awkward. I don't know what to do here. I don't know how to have fake sex scenes. And it was like, he's like, and it turned out all right. Like they don't really highlight that a whole lot, but
I
it was
fake
Mike
it all
approved.
the time.
It's got the big thumbs up. Michael's big
Wait, so
thumbs
that's a
up
big
for
thumb
sex
up?
review.
Thumb up? Big.
Big thumb up.
Thumb up where? No.
Is that for the sex? No?
You caught me out of, I had nothing to say there. I didn't know where you're going
I
with
think
it.
I think he's just generalizing her acting. That's part of it.
No, like she can act. And that's
dare
what I'm
you.
getting to is like people have these pretty iconic roles. And I was thinking about this driving
Well,
in here.
she's somebody you would stereotype.
Yeah.
Or-
Well,
or not
based on the Big
stereotype, that's
Bang
not-
Theory.
That's not what I was saying.
Pigeonhole.
No. What's the word?
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're trying to
Stereotype?
say.
No. Holy cow, this is awful.
Yep. We'll get back to that later.
but you gotta have like
Let's
those-
take a break.
No,
We'll,
we're not taking another break. Elijah Wood
Elijah Wood.
plays Frodo. What has he played besides that? Like you just get into these iconic
Luke,
roles.
Luke Skywalker.
Mark Hamill.
What the hell is it called?
Typecast.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's hard. It's so hard once you have these really.
Thank you.
You have these pretty successful roles in movies, iconic roles. It's hard to get anything up because people don't see you as anything other than
What that
a dumb
one
blonde
role,
or
yeah.
a short hobbit or
A guy with a lightsaber.
a guy with a lightsaber. And they
Samuel L. Jackson, man. That's all I can think of is a guy with a lightsaber.
no. Well, he was established
They're
before Pulp.
midichlorians, motherfucker.
Too many snakes on this freaking battle star, motherfucker.
What? Say what again? Say what again?
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
That makes me want to watch Pulp Fiction like right now.
Oh, God, I love that movie.
It's such a
I
good
love
movie.
Samuel L. Jackson.
And the show's done.
Oh.
Actually, in
Yeah, we
closing,
probably should.
In closing.
yeah, we should. Everybody, for those who stuck with us again for another
everybody.
everybody. Oh, okay.
You're
I thought we were going
voting
more
over
with
there.
that. You can follow us on Twitter at There's a Better Podcast. You can also follow us on the gram at There's a Better Podcast and email us at gmail at There's a
There's
Better,
a better podcast.
at gmail.com.
Oh,
yeah, who would have thunk it, right?
At gmail.com.
You guys are creative.
Yeah, we so are. Tony, hit him with the outro.
Can I do that now?
Oh, is
Yes.
that time?
Is it that time? Hit him with the Bobcat outro.
Is that Goldthwait?
Bobcat. Go.
I really like this show.
I was going for Bane Cat Goldthwait.
Oh God. Bobcat. Go away. Go away. Nobody's gonna get that reference though. It's a shame that they don't, but they should. Is he dead?
Not
no.
just his career.
He had such an iconic role.
Police Academy? Was he in that?
Wait, is that a typecast thing?
Was he in Police Academy?
Bobcat Goldthwait?
Yeah.
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 Okay. That's it.
That ends the show.
Bye, everybody.